All right, is this episode 8?
Yeah.
I think it is. Let's get it, man.
Let's go.
We got Courtney Mancini, Joseph Duffy.
Mancini.
No, Machani.
I didn't say Mancini. I said Mancini.
Machani.
Machani. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. I
yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Mancini.
I get it, man. Dude, let me be tired.
Courtney
right.
turned Italian.
Mancini.
Mancini.
Hey, welcome to the fam, man.
You Italian, bro?
Yeah, I'm Italian.
Oh, shit.
Like 35%, something like that, man. I don't know, dude. White people
like,
ancestry, man. I got a crap ton of ancestry from a bunch of places. Italian's one of the big ones, though. So, I show my emotion. But we got a packed week of Dallas sports, man. There's a lot of Dallas sports. We're gonna try to avoid a couple, like the Mavericks losing to Real Madrid. Obviously, they didn't have their star players playing, but you don't lose to Real Madrid. But we won't have to talk about them. We won't worry about them this week. Too early for them. But we're going to start this episode with this day in DFW history. I actually got 2 for this day in DFW history because it's a pretty big day for Dallas sports. So October 12th, we got the first one, October 12th, 2011. We had the Rangers take a 3-1 lead in the ALCS over the Detroit Tigers with a 7-3 extra innings win. The game started after a 133-minute rain delay. A lot of these games in that series had a rain delay. I think actually one of the games got postponed. Nelson Cruz had a 3-run home run in the 11th inning. It's his 4th home run in the series. You might remember that he was the guy who hit the walk-off grand slam in Game 2 of that series. Rangers win that series in 6. So, pretty good. ALCS little memory, right when we advanced to the ALCS. I thought just why not, maybe make us smile a little bit on this cloudy morning.
I seen Joe smile a little bit when you said 3-1 victory. I see him all nice.
Hey, there you see, man. He's happy.
I can't help myself.
And I got a second one.
Then were amazing.
I got a second one. We got another team back then that was amazing. All right, so we have October 10th. 2014, the Dallas Cowboys advanced to 5-1 with a big road victory over the Seattle Seahawks. Do you remember it? Do y'all remember this game?
I remember that game like yesterday. Ooh, Terrence Williams, Tony toe tap, sideline. Hey, they didn't think he caught it. Seattle was stunned. The Seattle faithful were stunned.
An away game. If people don't realize that 2014 team, we went 8-0 on the road that year. 8-0 on the road. Went 4-4 at home. But anyways, the Cowboys won 30-23. DeMarco Murray scored the game-winning touchdown with 3:16 left to get the Cowboys up 27-23. And then if you remember this name, this is a throwback. Rolando McClain picked off Russell Wilson to seal the game. So Murray had 115 rushing yards. Romo went 21 for 32, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 turnovers. Terrence Williams was our leading receiving yards player. He had 70 yards. So I mean, man, dude, I do remember that game. I remember I was scared. I was scared of the Seahawks.
Scared to death.
We went in there. I mean, it was neck and neck the entire game. Got the upper edge in the end, man. That's when I knew that team was legit.
Shout out Terrence Williams, a great number 2 or number 3, whatever you want to classify him as.
I'll classify him as 2.
Yeah, I'll classify him as a 2.
That's respectable. All right. So I mean, good day, man. It's a great day for Dallas sports history. So my trivia that I got for this week is for that 2014 Cowboys season. Man, it was magical until the divisional. But the Cowboys had 8 Pro Bowlers on that season. Y'all got to name all of them.
Shit, bro. What? Is this new series?
I'm serious, man.
TJ's questions are
y'all
easier and fair for me.
Y'all can get it. Y'all can get it.
Oh my God!
You know the Cowboys roster on the back of your head. I know you do. That 2014 roster.
I need to write it down.
I think it's just the back end of Pro Bowlers I'm gonna forget because it's gonna be the first few are gonna be easy. I think it's gonna be someone like defense that I'm just surprised by.
I'll give you a clue.
Barry Church. What you know about Barry Church?
Barry
Church was balling on that Saxonville team after he left, bro.
After he left Dallas.
3 out of the 8 Pro Bowlers from 2014 are still on the team.
Okay, I know exactly. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that makes sense. I know exactly what he's talking about.
All right.
I can't remember the last one. Okay, I'll think.
Y'all get so confident. You better get this right, man. All 8, man. Let's go. All right. We'll do that later, though. We'll get started with the Cowboys. Just because we'll start with the Cowboys. We don't want to talk about them. I'm not even going to bring up the stats. I'm just going to say that the final score was 42-10. Brock Purdy played amazing. Dak Prescott did not. He looked lost out there a lot. He was having trouble getting rid of the ball, getting out of the pocket. Wide receivers weren't doing good. The playmaking wasn't good. Defense just didn't get any of the turnovers that they usually do. So, I don't want to say that this was that we can't beat San Francisco, but it kind of looks like that. I don't know.
Well, looking at this, it seemed like there was no heart out there. You know, you see Dak taking 3 sacks in the total in the game. I'd say 2 of them were completely on his fault. Holding onto the ball way too long, just taking ill-advised sacks, holding onto the ball in the flats. There was no run game at all. Tony Pollard only had 29 yards rushing off 8 carries. I didn't expect this to be a great game running the ball. Their run D is amazing, but most of all, I'm just disappointed in the pass game. CD only got targeted, I believe, 5 times. That's ridiculous for a number 1 receiver. 5 times. Only 49 yards. Not another touchdown. He still only has 1 TD on the entire season. The next leading receiver after CD with 49 yards was Tony Pollard with 35 yards. After that, Jake Ferguson with 28 yards. So, this offense they play pitiful yet again. And you go right back down to that playoff game where
Brandon Cooks, man.
Brandon Cooks, we signed this guy for what? You're not even going to use him? Don't even give him a look? Brandon Cooks only got, 4 targets? My goodness. He's one of the best slot receivers the NFL has to offer. Hardly even give him a chance. So, props to Devontae Turpin. He's the only reason we have a touchdown in the game. But this team can hardly even get past the 50 against this defense. And the funny thing is, they weren't playing a complicated scheme at all. They really weren't. Our scheme was just too predictable. If you look at Fred Warren, he's explaining how when they get to the 3rd down marker, they just go back to this basic slant concept. The basic slant concept. Mike McCarthy is playing this simple game that they've been playing the past 4 or 5 years in the Kellen Moore system. And I'm not sure why they cannot adjust with the talent they have. So when I look at this team, that was deflating over the weekend. And I saw some bad losses over this weekend. But good thing that the Texas Rangers exist because Jesus, what a bad loss.
Just like 2 weeks ago where thank God it's football
the Cowboys
season.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Oh, how the tables had turned.
So my team get murdered on primetime television.
Oh my God, yeah, I was recovering from an illness and I just saw Dak throw that interception right in the he just threw it up. He was like double coverage, 10 yards ahead. He overthrew it. That was like a 40-yard throw. More than that, 50.
Made the DB look like he was the receiver. Oh my goodness.
Hey, he put it right in it, man. Right in the bucket. It was great.
Man, well, Talk about bad losses.
Yeah.
A bad loss you did see this weekend was the Patriots getting curb stomped by the New Orleans Saints. I believe it was 35-0 or something like that.
Okay, I don't care if the Saints win if Chris Olave doesn't get more than 2 receptions, dog. What's up with that, man?
He had a touchdown and he dropped it. He needs to do better at like physical catches.
He thought he caught that too, which is crazy.
He thought he caught it too, which he just dropped it as soon as he hit the ground. But that's one thing he needs to get better on. But
that's crazy.
Obviously, every given Sunday, every team can win. And unfortunately, the Cowboys were an example of that. My biggest takeaway of this game is obviously Dak Prescott. We had the discussion before last show. Like, pretty much if they want to win this game, Dak Prescott has to show up. And, like he does in pretty much every big game, I can't really think of a big game where he really showed up other than, like, the Packers game in, like, 2016 or whatever. But, like, other than that, he just kind of has these games where he just stinks the bed up on primetime television. Y'all talk about Brandon Cooks. He had Brandon Cooks on that. He had a little step on that little go route, and then Dak Prescott threw an accurate ball. Brandon Cooks went hauling in. The Cowboys, the amazing stat that hasn't been done in like 7 years. They're the first NFL team since November of 2017 to not get a first down on 4 straight possessions.
Oh my god.
4 straight possessions.
Is that real? What?
Yes, the first team since 2017 to not get a first down on 4 straight possessions.
That can't be right.
I 100% expect that to be right. That's 100% a
Nobody else
statistic.
has done that? Nobody else has done that?
Since November 2017, I guess not, yeah. First down, like...
That is pretty crazy, though.
Wow.
There's a lot of poverty franchises in the NFL, man. You'd expect one of them to do it. Like, come on, like
person.
We talked
at
about
least the Jets.
We talked about how bad the offense was playing, but my God, like this vaunted defense somehow couldn't even get in Brock Purdy's face.
You're telling me Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold haven't done any of this before, but Dak just did it?
Dak just did it.
That's crazy.
We need to have a dialogue, but he ended the first half with 3 of 6, 15 yards, a couple sacks. Yeah, he just stunk the bed up. And he did even worse the second half, which is crazy.
Yeah.
At least I would say Jordan Lewis definitely played a lot better than I would think, especially for Trayvon Diggs being hurt. He did get the interception. On the other side of the ball, though, Donovan Wilson was running around like a headless chicken, getting penalties all over the place.
Yeah.
Just playing undisciplined football on the Cowboys' part. And I don't know. I don't know why some weeks they do good on penalties, other weeks they don't. I'm pretty sure it just depends on who they face that week. So there's a lot of things that the Cowboys team need to fix. But it starts with number 4, and hopefully I ain't watched the press conference. I don't know if he got angry when someone asked him why he plays so trash like he always does. So he just, I don't know. He's disappointing me, man. That's my guy, man. He just disappointed me.
Hey, I'll defend Dak with whatever, man. I love him. I really do like Dak Prescott a lot. It's just hard to like him as a player. But, what you're saying about Donovan Wilson, man, yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. I'm disappointed in Donovan Wilson, to be honest. That's the guy who took away all the momentum in the first half with the target, with the unnecessary roughness. The head-to-head. And, he's the guy coming from 2021. He was a starter in 2021 when we had almost 15 penalties in the wild card round. He knows against San Francisco. He knows that this is the Cowboys are known for their undiscipline. They always get the penalties, man, and you're gonna go out there and just absolutely do everything possible to get a penalty with how you're playing. It's just I can't be anything but disappointed with them right now. But I'm telling you, man, the play calling just seems like Mike McCarthy just stole Kellen Moore's playbook, changed different names, and then forgot to add Brendan Cooks to it. I don't know, I don't know, man. I'm just not seeing any creativity. It kind of looks like Sark's playbook right now.
Oh.
We'll see, man. At least Sark has the balls to pull out a fake punt every now and then.
He'll try things every now and then.
He'll try things every now and then, but at least for McCarthy, it's always screenplays. But
we just don't do any good intermediate route concepts. It seems like it's either go deep or just do a little wide receiver screen, stick route with the tight end. It's the same as like short routes. I'm like, switch it up a little bit. Work some 10, 15-yard dig routes. Work some corner routes. Why are we sitting here doing these same like little stick routes and screen routes, and then when it's third down, just go deep like 50 yards? I haven't seen Dak connect on a deep ball in so long. I mean, what's the point? Play to your quarterback strengths. Play to his. He's not a great deep passer.
That Dak Prescott 5-yard pass to Jake Ferguson, man. They did that with Schultz all the time when he was here. I don't know why it's such a... I don't know, man. Like, I guess it gets good yards. You let Tony Pollard get a 2nd and short, 3rd and short, but it's just not working against some of these teams, man. Pollard's not a good, down and short, running back, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do y'all think Dak Prescott's going to get a... Y'all remember at the training camp when he promised not to throw 10 interceptions this season? Do y'all think he's going to reach that milestone?
Throw that out the window. I was on the train immediately, originally after the first 2 weeks, but bro, throw that out the window. He's getting at least 10 picks again. He might get 12.
I don't think he's getting 10 picks because he gets benched.
Oh my god.
He's at 4 right now, right? He's at 4?
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, Trey Lance probably messed up. He probably misscouted the Sanford, the 49ers. So
he must have not been at the right practices or something.
So he could start, and then they put in Cooper Rush anyways. They're like, man, screw your help, man. You sucked. You didn't help us out. You ain't even gonna get put in.
But I mean,
we're putting in Cooper Rush.
That whole Cowboys team, I mean, they just talk too much for some reason. I don't even know why Micah even has that show. Like, first of all, if I get stomped 42-10, I'm not coming on my show, bro. I'm sorry. He did that last year with Undisputed. He had, a contract Undisputed, and then he just, never showed up after they lost badly to whatever team they lost to early in the season. I forgot. I think the Eagles or... I don't know.
I think it was Bucks. It was Bucks.
It was the Bucks. Yeah, it was after the week 1. Yeah, the Bucks game, yeah. So it's like... I don't know why he's getting paid for his own show. That's probably why he showed up. But, I mean, you really can't say anything after George Kittle wears the F Dallas shirt. You just got to take that to the chin. But, I mean, talking about Dak,
whoa,
you just got to take it to the chin, bro. Because, I mean, y'all suck, bro. I don't know how to say it.
Whoa.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Dak is going to throw more than 10 picks. He might throw 15. I mean, this guy... Just don't let him face the top 5 defense. It's over. It's honestly the facts.
Oh boy!
And I wanted Dak when he had his contract issues in 2018 or something like that. I wanted him on the roster, bro. I really truly wanted Dak to be a New Orleans Saints. I'm pretty sure he's from the South. I think he's from Louisiana, if I remember correctly.
Who invited this kid?
Yeah, he's from Louisiana. He's from Louisiana, hometown kid coming back home to New Orleans. I wanted it so badly.
He grew up a Cowboys fan though.
Man, everyone did, apparently. LeBron grew up a Cowboys fan. Come on, bro.
LeBron a fan of everybody, man.
Yeah, he's a fan of every team. But yeah, Dak is going to throw probably 13, unfortunately.
It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to get benched anytime soon. I hope not.
No, he won't get benched.
I don't think so, actually. But anyways, we got the Chargers on Monday Night Football, man. Is there? I mean, what are y'all thinking about the Chargers? Do y'all feel confident? Do y'all still have that mentality of this is our year? We're making the playoffs, winning the division. Or is this does this game feel a little different now?
This game feels a little bit different because you're on the road again. I know Chargers don't usually have a good home crowd.
It's a home game.
It'll feel more like a 50-50 crowd, but you know what? When you come after losing after a 42-10 ball game, your back is against the wall. Chargers have had 2 weeks to prepare. I mean, they've been resting this entire time. Austin Eckler is returning. He's going to come out firing immediately. They're going to hand him the ball after he's been out since week 1. Keenan Allen has been amazing this year. Justin Herbert's been amazing this year. This defense looks a tad better. I don't think they are still good, but they look much better than last year. They're going to be ready to compete, and they lost to the Cowboys in a tough home game 2 years ago. They're looking to avenge that loss after some calls didn't go their way.
Dak looked pretty decent that game.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting game. I'm not under the mentality that this is our year right now. I'm starting to just I'm going to stray away from that a little bit right now. After that 42-10 beatdown on national television. But this should be an interesting game for both teams. Two talented squads that have kind of had bad outcomes with high expectations these past few years. So, should be a good game.
Yeah, Chargers are currently on a 2-game winning streak. It's the Vikings and the Raiders, but 2 games is 2 games. And I think they're gonna go. It's SoFi, so they are gonna be. Home. I think they're gonna continue their hungry. I feel like they are getting a little better week after week. They just came off of a bye week, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be well rested. I think they're gonna see what 49ers did to Dallas, and they're gonna try to see if they can replicate that too. I think they're gonna come out fast. I think they're gonna come out hard. Pause. And so I think it's gonna be a very interesting game, and everything is not.
He didn't pause the other one though, TJ.
Yeah.
Take it on the chin.
Strike that from the record. Strike that from the record. But
hey, you're the editor, man. You're the one that does that.
Strike it from a record myself. But yeah, I think Herbert is probably gonna outplay Dak. It's gonna be interesting to see how the running game goes. I don't know if Joshua Kelly's still playing. How long is Austin Eckler out?
He's coming back this game.
Yeah,
he's coming back.
Okay.
He's finally been active.
Okay, he's active now. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they implement him, especially because. Like we always say, the Cowboys run D is always going to be the Cowboys run D. No matter how many times they act like they fake fix it, they just always have a problem. So when a star running back is coming back, I think they should be a little bit scared. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see a game. I personally, like Joe said, it's not the Cowboys' year. We're seeing it already in Week 5, Week 6. It's not the Cowboys' year, unfortunately.
Yeah, Austin Eckler, I kind of see him a lot like Christian McCaffrey in a way, that duo threat kind of running back, and just hard to tackle. I don't know. We always seem to do just decent against McCaffrey, he still does good, but doesn't do as good as he usually does. So, there's just some running backs that the Cowboys do pretty good against. You talk about Saquon Barkley. Hopefully we can shut down Eckler. I don't know how we did 2 years ago against him. If someone could tell me how Eckler did 2 years ago, if he wasn't injured, he's always seems to be injured. But we gotta focus on the tight end, man. We can't have the tight end have another good week. Donald Parham on the Chargers, he's just been doing pretty good. I see him on the fantasy. I think he's ranked 8th for tight ends. So I don't even think he's the starter. Because I think it's Everett.
Yeah, so we won 2017 2 years ago. Eckler had 9 carries for 54 yards, and then he also had 9 catches for 61 yards. Fantasy legend, by the way.
Fantasy legend, yeah. I have him in one of my leagues, so I'm actually kind of happy he's back. But it's gonna be. I hope it's a good game. I hope that they're able to kind of. What I want to see is I just want to see the defense kind of be. I want to see the defense be able to play good without getting the turnovers, at least for a little bit. We're gonna need the turnovers to win, and that's just what's concerning about me is the defense. It's all turnovers. It's all turnovers, and maybe maybe. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just stuttering at this point. I'm tired, man. But seriously,
Trayvon Diggs was huge.
It was huge. It was huge. You got the defense that just, and I've said this for a long time. I've said this almost every single week. They're just mediocre without the turnovers. And they kind of proved that against the 49ers. They've blown coverage all the time, man. George Kittle was open so many times. So many times. That should never happen. Jaron Kearse needs to be that guy who needs to be able to guard up one-on-one against the tight end. And
Oh,
I don't know where.
Speaking of lining up, how do you, J-Ron Curse, bro? How do you line up offsides that bad? Did y'all see that?
I didn't, man. I was trying not to focus on the game.
So George Kittle. This is his first good game of the year. He's pretty much been just a blocker this year. He hasn't had much targets as much as prior seasons. But then you see J-Ron Curse just standing completely offsides. Like they have the superimposed black line in the line of scrimmage. It's these kind of silly penalties that the Cowboys have been dealing with for the past 5 years. It's just unbelievable how you line up that far out offsides and nobody lets you know. And if more than that, you don't even realize that you're like over the ball. The broadcast made it look so funny because everybody was lined up and he comes creeping up, standing like literally across the black line. You're literally on the side of the Niners. I'm like, this team, man.
It's mental lapse, man. This team, man. You watch the sounds on the sideline and you think this team's just locked in, man. No, they're not.
Unbelievable.
No, they're not. That's all Hollywood. But anyways, let's get into some good talk, man. Something that we've been waiting for maybe 12 years. The Rangers are in the ALCS. They swept the Orioles. They're up they went up 3-0, man. They dominated on offense and on defense with pitching in Game 3. First home game since 2016. First home playoff win since 2011 as well. Game 5 of the 2011 World Series. That was when Beltre hit that home run on one knee, man. It's just crazy to think that it's been that long since we won a home playoff game. So let me just start this off real quick. I want to start off this segment with the Rangers, man, because this is Rangers fans know how long it's been, how long we've been waiting, and it's finally happened, man. We're finally in the ALCS. I'm just really proud of the pitching. I'm really proud of the pitching. I'm really proud of the bullpen too. It was pretty decent against it was really good against the Rays. Pretty decent against the Baltimore Orioles. They allowed them to get back in the game in Game 2 a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where it's kind of concerning, really. So I gotta give my props to the bullpen. I really did not expect them to do this good. Chapman's. I honestly want to be mad if we let him go in the offseason. He's been a little inconsistent. Can't throw strikes that well, but Tuesday night, man, almost brought a tear to my eye.
Hey, Chapman threw 102 mile per hour sinker.
Yeah,
dude, the sinker
in the dirt
because he can't locate it.
Scraping the chalk.
Dude, I would be so scared if I was the batter, man. Like, thinking about being in that box and thinking 102 mile per hour sinker, and this guy is not on his game. Like, he's just throwing. Like, it's not guaranteed almost not a strike every time. Like, I would be scared, bro.
Well, all I'll say is this.
Yeah, you got it.
So, sellout crowd, first time hosting a playoff game of the actual home team, the Texas Rangers. 40,861 people total at this game. I couldn't have been more happy after last night's performance. It's obviously going to be 2 nights since when we record this, but we're recording this on a Wednesday morning. This lineup overall is heating up at the right time. They couldn't have heated up at a better time considering the past 2.5 weeks. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, see your jersey. That man right there is one of the biggest parts, one of the biggest reasons why this team is dominating on offense so far. I mean, if your offense explodes like this, it does not matter how your bullpen pitches almost. I mean, it almost puts the pressure on the opposing team for the most part every time. Because if your offense is clicking like this looks even better than the June Rangers we saw. And that team was clicking at the right time as well, especially when they were sweeping Seattle in about late June. So this lineup has been shuffled all around. You have a former Silver Slugger and Nate Lowe hitting 7th. these past few games. Josh Young, who's had a great rookie year, hitting 8th, still doing really well, adding a lot of depth to this lineup. And then Leody Taveras has actually had a sneaky good playoff run. Didn't have a hit last night, but
I've loved Taveras recently, other than his bad error.
I know.
That one day.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, this team is just being led gracefully by Corey Seager, and you see it so much with his at-bats. Like last night, adding on 2 more walks on the series, the most walks ever in a 3-game span in playoff history. Past Barry Bonds for that record. Mitch Garver having an absolute monster playoff season since having his first playoff game in Game 2. I don't think he's losing that 3-hole spot for the rest of the postseason if we do have a long, sustained run here. He deserves it. Bruce Bochy said, you hit a grand slam in a game, you're going to play the next day. So,
Bochy, man.
Don't blame him right there. But you can see the effect. Speaking of Bochy having a veteran manager, having a calming presence as well. This team had a lot of chances to give up these past 2 months. A lot of bad losses to teams they should have beat. A lot of blown saves. But when you have a veteran manager who's been there and done that before, you don't ever feel like you're out of it. And so with this team, you blow the division. You blow the division in the last series against Seattle. In Seattle, this is the team's first home game in about a month. So they've been playing on the road. I believe the broadcast said they've spent over 7,000 miles just to get back home last night. So went from Seattle, went to Tampa, stunned them in Tampa, went to Baltimore, stunned Baltimore, and then finally came here. So it's been a month since they left for LA and then did all
Good
of
for
that.
them, man. And some of those teams that Bochy led back in San Francisco, man, some of them were like 86, 76, those kind of records, you know,
they
kind of like where the Rangers
world
were.
beaters.
Exactly. So, I mean, you're talking about a guy who has the comment. You put that perfectly, man. Courtney, what do you think, man?
Yeah.
You excited?
And I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
I was I ain't gonna lie, I was watching a different form of media around that game. You know, no, let me get the context. That's gonna sound crazy. I was watching NXT. I was watching NXT. But I was keeping up with the game. I mean, what a dominant performance. I believe it was a sellout crowd, right? I think you said sellout crowd. I think it was one of the biggest crowds that they've ever had at Globe Life so far.
Oh yeah,
I think it was a record. So I mean, like y'all said, I don't know if this team has played this good since the summer. I mean, July, June, I don't think they've played that good. They're game high at the right exact time. Honestly, other than the Braves, and even that's a discussion. They might be the best team right now if they keep playing like this. I mean, if they keep playing like this, I don't think they lose. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, the bullpen, like you said, the bullpen is on fire. Obviously, the offense is just streaking. Corey Seager is playing like the best player in baseball right now. He's obviously the best player every time he steps on the field. I mean, like you said, even the bullpen is actually cleaning up some mistakes that they were making. And for a team that was teetering and going up down like a roller coaster throughout September and throughout the late August, for them to kind of pick up the pieces and be where they are right now, I mean, that's just pretty inspiring. I mean, with that kind of storyline, you have to finish it all now at this point. I'm looking at it right now. I'm saying it. I don't know who y'all would rather face, but I'm seeing the World Series for the I'm seeing the World Series for Texas, man. I don't know. I mean, Astros just did beat the Twins 9-1. That was pretty nasty, but yeah. I mean, Rangers,
Sonny Gray on the mound too.
Yeah.
I think I would rather face Minnesota, obviously, but I think both of these teams are kind of teams that the Rangers should avoid, obviously. I think the Twins just have our number, and they have good pitching, man. We haven't seen this kind of good pitching other than the Rays, and the Rays were just kind of like a 2-game series. Oh, well, this is going to be a best of 7, and we're going to be playing some pretty good pitching. So we'll see. I'm just really happy about the offense, man, because we're talking about this team that they have struggled with the runners in scoring position in the 2-strike counts. They have dominated with that, especially in Game 3. They dominated with the 2 outs, 2 strikes situations. Adolis Garcia hit his home run off that situation. Mitch Garver was at 2 outs, bases loaded. He was able, I think it was an 0-1, but he was able to get a 2-run single in. They've just done really good with getting runners in scoring position and then getting them home, which is what they've struggled with whenever they were struggling. But when they're on like this, they're not striking out as much as they used to. It's dangerous, man. They have no weaknesses in their lineup. Every single player in their lineup can contribute in a really big way. All of them. I mean, you're talking about. I mean, holy Nathaniel Lowe, that 15 pitch at bat. I don't care that he got out. I mean, that's totally set up that inning.
Absolutely.
That totally set up that inning. That weird out the pitcher, man. He was tired. He just wanted to get that inning done with. He was throwing it down the middle and stuff. He was getting predictable. His pitchers were slowing down. So I mean, you can't be mad at this offense anymore. They showed that they can really just bunker down on that 2-strike situation, foul off some pitches if they need to, and get it in play. So I'm proud of them, man.
And we didn't even mention Nathan Eovaldi. I mean, we talked about how the bullpens performed, but what a performance last night.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Big game Nate, they're calling him now.
Joe Buck.
Yeah. I mean, my goodness. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits given up, only 1 earned run, 7 Ks. But more importantly, 0 walks.
0 walks.
No free passes, no freebies.
Yep. His off speed was lethal again, man. I was telling you.
I believe he threw 76 strikes out of 98 pitches. That is absurd. That's
fishing
insane.
at its best, man. That's how you win those games. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's, everything turned around during the playoffs, man. And that's, I guess you got to point to the veteran leadership again. Bruce Bochy and Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, just always keeping people in place, being like, hey, we can't do what we're doing in September in the postseason. So I'm really proud of them. So they get their first game on Sunday. Crazy.
Long rest.
Long rest. They'll be on the road against either the Twins or the Astros. We'll see.
Scherzer coming back possibly in game 3.
Scherzer possibly coming back. John Gray possibly going to be able to be back.
He's going wild in the locker room.
My goat.
I know, man. He seems happy, dude. He seems like he's about to be back. Scherzer's the type of guy that would not talk to anybody when he's injured because he's so mad that he's not out there. So he's looking pretty good, man. So we're going to move on to the Stars real quick, though, just for a couple minutes because they have their season opener tonight against the St. Louis Blues. It's at home, man. I'm excited. I was really invested into their playoff series last year. Of course, it ended pretty in a really, really ugly way, 6-0 at home in Game 6. But, I mean, team got tired. Ottinger wasn't playing good. But, I mean, I don't know. I kind of predict this team to be where they were last year. It's going to be a tough division to win. It's going to be a tough division to win for the next couple for a long time now. Connor Bedard's going to be building up a dynasty in Chicago over there. Colorado's going to be always good. Landeskog's injured this entire year. That was a big blow to them, but I mean, they got, you just can't go against Colorado. They've always got that good team, Cal McCarr and Nathan McKinnon. You just got everybody there. Everybody there is fast. So, I mean, you can't, I don't know. I don't know if I should say that the Stars should win the division this year, the Central Division. They had it last year, all year. They were up in the first in the division almost the whole year, ended up losing it to the Avalanche last second. And they were playing pretty damn good hockey last year. So I don't know how confident I am with them winning the division. I am confident with them going on a deep playoff run again, man. That's what they always do. I trust in the leadership of this team, other than Jamie Benn. But
Jamie Benn?
Why you say other than Jamie Benn?
Me feeling Jamie Benn?
Well, he's the reason why we lost against the Vegas series. All right. He had 5 minutes in the Game 3. We're down 2-0, and it's our first home game, and he decides to cross-check one of their players really badly on the neck when he was on the ice. Got ejected, and they got a 5-minute major and scored 3 goals, and that was the end of that game. So, I mean, the captain of our team ruining our chances, man. Letting his emotions get in his way. That was very angering. Very angering.
Yeah, I mean, so with this team, obviously a disappointing way to end the season. At least they have a chance to gauge how good they want to be in the second game of the year with Vegas. Going to visit Vegas, actually. The Stanley Cup champion. I know their long-awaited sports nightmare finally ended last year, winning their first Stanley Cup. But with this team, obviously, Jake Ottinger, he's had so much hype these past 2 years. He just didn't look that good in the playoffs, and he kind of lost a little bit of favor with the Stars fan base. But I think he'll bounce back this season. He can possibly be a top 3 goalie. I think this team will eventually be good in the power play. I know they were top 5 last year. That's one of their biggest strengths. I think they can be top 3 again this year. Looking at this schedule, it doesn't look too bad in the first 5 games. But this team, they're still very talented. They still have great defense. They still have great scorers. I think Ottinger's improvement will definitely help this team in the long run. Like you said, TJ, I don't know if they'll win the division, but I think they're a playoff lock for the most part. They still have almost the same roster with like a key addition every few
Matt
places.
Duchene's going to be pretty good, I think. Hopefully. It's kind of like a Brendan Cooks kind of signing there. So hopefully it works out for us other than the Cowboys.
Yeah. Go ahead, Courtney.
Yeah, this like y'all said earlier, the Stars obviously had high hopes for last year. Conference, which the Dallas Mavericks also made a couple years. Rangers just made it. There's one team that's for some reason not on the record for the Dallas teams that have made the conference championship on their respective league. I'm not sure what team that is, but
what team? What team?
Dallas Stars. I mean, and the Dallas Stars just had. I mean, not Dallas Stars. Dallas League just had a great playoff run. So kind of weird. There's one team missing, but yeah, like Joe said, Ottinger. I'll give you a little bit of background. My hockey knowledge, it's not that strong at all, but I remember watching a Stars playoff game. I believe this was about 2 years back, 1 year back maybe. And Ottinger, what I saw from Ottinger was special. I mean, I don't even remember the team, but
Calgary.
What he did, all those goals that he saved.
Might have been Calgary.
I was in shock. I was stunned. I mean, I had never seen, and I don't watch much hockey, but I never seen a performance like that. So, I mean, to hear that he lost favor from the Dallas Stars fan base kind of makes me disappointed because the first jersey I would have bought was Andre or Jamie Benn because he's a captain. But
Sagan,
mine was Heiskanen.
See,
you gotta.
I from what I remember, from this year, I've seen more about Connor Bedard than I have about the Stars. And so
that's gonna be for a while.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of hype. It's the Wembanyama of the NHL.
Of NHL.
Not even, man. It's like the MJ of the NHL. But I mean, we'll see. He got his first career points in his first game. I mean, seriously, that's what they're really expecting. I mean, not really. Gretzky is the MJ.
Yeah.
Or the LeBron. Yeah. Whatever you think. But I mean,
praise.
In the end, I mean, they're giving him Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid names, so.
But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, a lot of odds have Ottinger winning. I think it's what's the trophy
the goalie
for
award?
Vezina.
Yeah, Vezina Trophy. A lot of odds have the Stars also winning the cup as well. So, I mean, let me see if I can find the odds off the top of my head.
Sure would be
good,
nice.
man.
Sure would be nice. DFW desperately needs a trophy.
Stars are the ones that get close to it.
Man, where would we be? Where would DFW be right now if the Mavs did not win in 2011? I mean, my God, we wouldn't have a championship in this city since Cowboys in '95, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah, the Stars in '99.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I did them dirty in their own segment. '99.
You did them dirty, man.
That's so bad. That's crazy. I'm sorry, Mike McDonald. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brett. I did you wrong, sir. Buffalo Sabres '99.
They got number 8 odds right
3
now.
3-0 Thriller.
Number 8 ain't bad.
Number 8.
That's usually where they find themselves at. All right, let's get into the betting lines for the Cowboys-Chargers Monday Night Football, man. So the Cowboys are slated right now they are -2. They're projected to win by 2 points, man. 2 points.
I'll take it.
Man, how far has it fallen? I feel like that's still pretty respectable for Dallas against an away game against the Chargers. What do y'all think?
I think that's an easy one. I think this team can win this game by like 4 or 5 points.
4 or 5 points? What about you, Courtney?
I can see that. I believe, it's going to be a close game, unfortunately. I think that the Chargers are going to be covering that, if not, and more. So I think the Chargers are going to go ahead and beat them. It's going to be close, though, but I think the Chargers are going to beat them by like 3 or 5 points, too.
You're not letting biases get in your way, man. I respect it. I guess. I guess. All right. I'll go over, man. I think the Cowboys, I can't say it would be a blowout, but I hope they do really bounce back. I mean, this team is good. This team is talented. They had a really bad loss. They weren't prepared. Maybe that's just what they needed. All right. So I'll go over for that.
Need that against the Cardinals too, but
I know.
Still here, bro.
I'm well aware of that.
They needed that.
Hey, that was maybe they just need a wake up call every 2 weeks, man. It's it's what I don't know, man. But we got the over under at 51 for the game. What are y'all saying for this?
These teams. They're good. They have great offensive weapons. Their defenses are spotty. I'll go a slight under on this one.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it depends what Dallas defense shows up. Because, if the Dallas defense shows up that played New York, that played New England, this is definitely a for sure under. But, Chargers have a high-power offense. Cowboys... We'll see if the Cowboys can keep up with that high-power offense because, the Chargers defense is nothing to write home about. They also are pretty mediocre. Dallas defense is definitely better, so I think they're going to go slight over. Hopefully, Dallas can keep up with the Chargers offense.
I'll go with slight over as well. I think the defense is going to struggle a little bit. There's no way they can contain them for 60 minutes, especially if Eckler coming back. Keenan Allen's going to be real trouble for either Gilmore or Bland guarding him. I'll go over a little bit. I think the Chargers get over 20. I think the Cowboys get over 20. We'll see. I think it gets over 51 though. So we're going to move on. Dak Prescott yards, 261.5 yards for Dak Prescott. What are y'all thinking? I was thinking about doing the over/under for interceptions.
Oh boy. Under for sure on this one. I know this team played well against the Chargers last time, but I don't know if we're gonna win this game because of Dak's arm. I think it'll be more because of Tony Pollard in the run game. I'm gonna go under here, but also remember Khalil Mack last game with the Chargers, 6 sacks. Watch that matchup he's gonna have with possibly Terrence Steele this Sunday.
Who they faced the Rays last week, right?
Last time, yeah.
I don't know who the person who was guarding Khalil Mack was, but
he was having a field day. That was looking like Raiders Khalil Mack.
Yeah, Raiders Khalil Mack, better than theirs Khalil Mack. Like that's special talent right there. But I think this is Dak Prescott under or over. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hammer the under here. There's no way to hit 260. Judging from our sample size, it's just I think that Herbert will probably get over on 260, but like Joe said, I think they're going to rely on the running game, even though there has not been a game this season yet where Tony Pollard has won us the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they win this game, how they pull us out, because it's not going to win by Dak, and Tony Pollard really hasn't shown that he can win us a football game. I don't know how they're going to do it, so it's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be a very interesting game.
I like it. I'll go over for it. And it's not because I'm a Dak Prescott believer. I'm just going to say that I think this is going to be a close game. It's going to be our first close game of the season. And I think we're going to actually have to utilize Dak Prescott a lot more than, how we have with the past games. So I'm going to go over. the highest yards he's gotten this season is 261, and that was against the Cardinals. No, it wasn't. It was against the Patriots. Sorry, the Cardinals was 249. But I mean, I could see it being over for this game. I wouldn't be surprised. So Tony Pollard rushing is 74.5.
I'll say over. I think this is going to be his best game of the year. He's kind of disappointed me in terms of the run game this year. I really thought that first time he's taken the premier RB1 role for sure with the loss of Zeke Elliott that he'd be much better. But I think he has 100 yards this game. I think a complete over.
Yeah, I feel like he needs 100 yards this game if he really wants to, like you said, like he's kind of been disappointing recently. But also, like, they just faced Josh Jacobs, who he only had like 58 yards. So it's like Josh Jacobs is one of the more premier running backs. But also the week before that, I think they let Alexander Madison have over 100. So the Chargers defense is also obviously wishy-washy in the way that they watch. I guess they defend, and so I think Tony Pollard is gonna fall in the middle of that. You said over under. Yeah, I think he's gonna be very under, like a very close under. I'm gonna go like 70 yards.
I'll go under 2. I don't like the offensive line recently, so I'm gonna go just a slight under for this. I can't go over for everything. And also just, he definitely has been a little disappointing this year, especially with the yards, the yards per attempt or whatever it's called. Just hasn't been what he's used to doing. So anyways, we'll go into CeeDee Lamb receiving. That is at 70.5 yards.
I'm going to go over here, but for the love of God, Mike McCarthy, target your number one receiver, dude. I didn't have to worry about this with, the ages of Tony Romo and Dez Bryant. If we lost bad, it's not because, we didn't target our best player.
Romo's going to look at Dez for
10 times a game. Look at your number one receiver. That goes for Dak Prescott, too. Please, just draw some plays up to free up CeeDee Lamb, please. So I'm going to go over here. I think he has 90 to 100 yards.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't had a 100-yard game since that Jets game. And, I mean, that's the only 100-yard game he had this whole season. Only has one touchdown this season against the Patriots. Dak has this weird thing where he doesn't want to target his number one, so he wants to target his tight ends and his, number threes or something like that. It's very weird. I mean, that's the reason why Dez was out of Dallas. But I think he's going to go over because, this, like you said, this Chargers defense isn't really nothing to write home about. Their corners aren't really that special. I think he's going to go over. I don't think he's going to get 100 yards. I just hope that he gets targeted because he's on my fantasy team and I need him to do that.
Shameless.
I would disagree with Joe once again. I'm going to go under this time. I just think it's going to come down to the tight ends and the number 3 wide receivers, Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks. I want to see Brandon Cook get involved, actually, really.
Please.
That's what I want to see.
Please, Brandon Cooks.
So, hopefully that's what they focus on after 5 weeks of he's on our team. Anyways, Cowboys defensive sacks is at 2.5. Do y'all think they rebound?
I think so. I mean, this Chargers O-line is not that good. They do have a great left tackle.
Rashawn Slater.
He's finally coming back, Rashawn Slater. I think that this defense can feast on the right side of the line. That's the part where Herbert has been sacked a little bit, pressured a lot more this season. I think this team can have at least 3 to 4 sacks this game.
If I can see, they had only 1 sack allowed. They only sacked the Niners. Who got that sack, if y'all know? Last game.
Wasn't it Parsons?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
Most likely Micah. Regardless, they're definitely going to bounce back. I definitely see them getting over 2.5. I mean, that 49ers O-line is one of the more premier offensive lines in the league. And so I think when they're facing a little bit of a tier below that, they're definitely going to step up. So I definitely see 2.5 sacks. I mean, Micah might get that long. Probably not.
Hey, I mean, I'll go for it. I'll go over. I think they bounce back. Chargers, not known for their O-line, just like you guys were saying. Their center just got hurt a couple days, I think a week and a half ago. I'm going to go with over. I think this is going to be a big, pivotal turning point for this defense. I think they're going to be I think they're going to lock in for this game, hopefully. Maybe allow some points, but, show up when they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, let's see if y'all's 2014 roster knowledge is as good as it.
I'm ready.
Is as good as it's advertised. So, I don't know, y'all. Who wants to go first? Yeah, y'all can work together.
I'm gonna go.
Y'all can work together.
I'm gonna go. Okay, so let's get the obvious ones out. Obviously, Romo. I believe he was All-Pro that year. I'm not sure. Someone who was definitely All-Pro was DeMarco Murray. That's 2. Someone who was definitely All-Pro was Dez Bryant. I think he was first team. That's 3 right there. Let's go ahead. We'll go with the O-line. Like you said, let's go with the 3 players that you said are still on the team. We got Zach Martin. That's 4. Tyrone Smith. That's 5. And we got DeMarcus Lawrence, who I believe made the Pro Bowl that year. He should have made Pro Bowl that year. 6. Obviously,
sure, Zach Martin made it, man. He was just a rookie.
Yeah, I don't know if he did.
Yeah,
for sure.
Zach Martin probably didn't make it. You said 3 though. Joe, who's that 3rd? Okay, wait, never mind. Let me finish my list. Okay, so, where was I? Let's not forget, Cowboys legend Travis Frederick. Was he?
He was on the team.
Travis. Did he make it? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go to Travis Frederick. And then so I got Dan Bailey, which is also another one. Dan Bailey had an amazing year that year. I think I'm at like 7 or 8.
Yeah, you might need to rename them. Okay, yeah, I heard Romo, Murray,
Bryant.
And you said
Tyrone Smith, Travis Frederick, Dan Bailey, Witten probably made it. So I got 7. Who's that 8? Oh, and DeMarcus Lawrence, that's 8. DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah, that's my 8. Okay.
All right. I'm going to go Tony, DeMarco Murray, Dez, Zach Martin. That's how he tried to get you right there. It's Zach Martin. Zach Martin has never missed a Pro Bowl. Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Dan Bailey, and Sean Lee. I'm gonna go that. I'm gonna add Sean Lee in.
Was Sean Lee not hurt that year?
2014. Oh, he might have been. But I mean, Pro Bowl, they count you even if you have like a few games missed. I feel like Sean Lee made it. I don't know. I feel like that was one of his best seasons. I might be wrong.
Did you say 3 players are still on the team, bro? You said 3. I swear you said.
So it's definitely Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, somebody else. I'm trying to think of how.
It might be D-Law.
I'm guessing.
Who else
It's a young D-Law, so I'm guessing it's him. I don't know.
I don't know.
You think it's D-Law?
2014.
It could be.
Wait, hold on. Who else has think, bro? Who else has been on team since 2014? I can't think.
D-Law.
Somebody's been there a real long time.
It's only D-Law. So I think that's it.
LP Lattisaur, long snapper. No, he's gone. Never mind. I take that back.
Throw it back, man.
All right,
go ahead.
Here it is. All right. And I guess I false advertised. But LP Lattisaur was one of them.
Oh, of course. Fucking LP, bro. The Canadian.
Yeah. Joe, you almost got it right. You forgot to mention Witten. Did you?
I didn't mention it. I didn't mention my goat. I didn't mention my tight end
Jason
goat.
Witten.
That's crazy.
Yes. So the official list was Dez Bryant, Travis Frederick. That's a good one. LP Lattisaur, Zach Martin, DeMarco Murray, Tyron Smith, Tony Romo, and Jason Witten. D-Law did not make it. Sean Lee didn't make it, and so did not Dan Bailey. He did not make it.
That was somehow D-Law. Dan Bailey didn't make it. Wow.
Dan Bailey's somehow elite, bro.
I know.
I was about to say Doug.
I was surprised to see he didn't make it either.
About to say who?
I was about to say Doug Free and Ronald Leary, but I didn't think they had that.
Doug Free ain't sniffing a Pro Bowl, bro. Freaking holding merchant, bro.
So yeah, I apologize. I didn't know LP Lattisaur was gone. I thought he was still on the team. I'm not gonna lie. I don't keep too much. I'm not on.
Regardless,
I'm not a number one LP Ladisor fan like y'all. So
LP Ladisor.
you know.
No, that's Joe. That's all Joe. I'll give Joe that. I can't tell you the Saints' long snappers in my life.
He was here for years, bro. I mean,
years.
Jesus.
For a very long time. He got paid to do some of the simplest jobs in America, man.
Wow, bro.
But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode, man. Had a lot to talk about. Hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about. A lot of good things to talk about next week.
Hopefully.
Like a bounce back Cowboys win and some, maybe like 1 or 2 games away from clinching the World Series, man. It just makes me, I gotta like rub my hands thinking about it, man. So anyways, y'all go ahead, put your socials in,
Yeah, my socials, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me at Joseph_Duffy99. That's again Instagram, Twitter at Joseph_Duffy99. I know this dude's already laughing. He's gonna talk about his socials.
Man, inside scoop. Mr. Joseph Duffy told me he wants to change from 99. He's dismissing the 99 fan base. Pretty disrespectful if you ask me. But my Twitter. Let's go with my Twitter first. My Twitter is gonna be C_Machani. And like I said last week, I don't have an Instagram. But if I was to have an Instagram, it'll probably be about me. Yeah.
You'd be living, yeah.
I will be living. I will be living. So I'll probably be something like C Liz. I'll be like, I'm living the life. So I'll say C Lives a life. That's probably what my Instagram would be. So, I'm not anything else. Just C Lives a life. C Lives a life with Instagram, man.
All right. That's chill, man. That's chill.
Man,
you can get me on Twitter or X at TJ_Krillowitz. Instagram is TJ.Krillowitz. You can also follow the 214 Sports Show all on Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, all at 214 Sports Show. We post our videos on YouTube and Spotify at 9 a.m. every Thursday. I think I'm not forgetting anything. I think we got everything down right there.
Thinking good.
Great episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we'll have a World Series berth on our hands. Let's go.